Hey everybody, so we're going to take a look at how to use your multimeter. So there'll be several little pieces in this, separated by some questions for you for your quiz. It's very important that you know how to use the multimeter correctly because you could actually break it, which is very unpleasant, and then you won't have it to use for the rest of the lab. Alright, or the rest of the labs that we're going to be using it for. Okay, so first I'm going to show you a little short piece of a video, and then I'll come back.
Hey, how's it going doing this all first? Today we're going to be going back to the basics and I'm going to be showing you how to properly use a multimeter. And we'll be covering how to measure DC voltage, AC voltage, resistance and continuity, and also how to measure amps. Alright, let's start with DC voltage. Basically the main source of DC voltage in the different devices that we use these days are going to be batteries. Or in other words, anything that uses batteries runs on DC voltage. For example, anything on your car that runs off the car battery, your wireless DeWalt drill, or any camera or camcorder that runs off a battery, they all run off of DC voltage. And if you're wondering, DC stands for direct current. And when you're using the multimeter to measure for DC voltage, you need to set your dial to this setting where you get a V for voltage and the straight and dotted line for direct voltage. And next, you need to make sure your test leads are in the right location. Now your ground or common test lead is always going to go right here where it says COM. But the red test lead is the one you're going to be switching around based on what you're measuring. And for measuring voltage, you need to place your red test lead here where you see the sign, which is V for voltage. Now as far as where you exactly want to set this dial when you're measuring voltage, you basically want to set this to the next number up from the maximum amount of voltage you're going to be measuring. So for example, if we're going to be measuring the voltage on this 1.5 volt AA battery, we're going to set our dial to 2 volts on the DC voltage scale. Next, we put our positive test lead on the power or positive side of our circuit, and then the ground test lead on the negative or ground side. And as you can see, we got 1.6 volts, which means this is a fully charged battery. And if you're ever unsure about the amount of voltage you're measuring, you can always start off higher, like we got here on 200, and then come lower to get a more precise reading. Now, if you're ever unsure and hook up your test leads the wrong way, you're going to see this negative sign next to your voltage reading like we got here. Now, this doesn't hurt the multimeter, and it's actually a pretty decent way of finding your positive and negative side of your circuit. Next up.
Okay, so that was DC voltage. In this video, he goes on to talk about alternating current voltage, and we're not going to deal with that. So that's AC voltage. So we're not dealing with that in this class. Okay,